How's everybody doing? This is Daily Bell Rap Review. My name is Russian Mike. Thank you so much for tuning in. Um, the applause and to start the video were for URL Bell League. They were for Chilla Jones. They were for Geechi Gotti, and they were for Avocado the God for bringing us a very, very good battle. From Sterilized 2, um, Chilla Jones, Geechi Gotti. Thought they had a really good battle. Some people are calling it a classic. I would not say it's a classic, and I really want to drive the point just because I feel like people throw the word a little too much. You know what I mean? I feel like classic, and especially an instant classic, is so rare and far in between that we should not discount that word. You know what I mean? We shouldn't just be throwing it around. Like Bidan and Saga from the same event from Sterilized 2, that was a classic. That was one of the best battles of the past 3 years. I think it's maybe the best battle since Ron Neely versus Aaron Solomon, personally. Uh, Gichi versus Chilla Jones was a dope battle. It was a really good battle. But nah, I wouldn't say it's a classic. I wouldn't say it's one of the best of the year or anything like that. Um, that being said, let's break down the bars. Let's see who won the battle. Um, in the start of round one, I thought Geechi Gotti, this was like every effing bar round from him. Just a lot of, kind of back to back wordplay, punchlines, etc. Not all of them were haymakers. Some of them were a little lighter than others, but it was a lot. It was, I had to like bring the round back 3 or 4 times just to write everything down. He started off with second time I snubbed you, referring to, Chilla Jones losing the chain to Real Deal, especially the first time. People say this was he got snubbed, he got robbed. Uh, how nobody, no distractions on the roof, he's still getting thrown off. That was crazy. That was one of the best bars of the whole battle, and it came in, right out the gate. Um, he had the paramedics got better come quick. That was a fire bar. He had the body odor, puberty. That was fire. Had buckets under the chin for what you throw up. That was fire. He also had some light bars, fours in the crib like a daycare. That was cool, but nothing crazy. Um, his brain not working, filed for unemployment. That was cool. Uh, you used to not getting crowd reaction. That was kind of funny. Had a bad teacher, hit with an F, but he still passed. I like that. That was crazy. That was creative. Chill in the box now to the refrigerator. That was a cool little name flip. Pulitzer Prize. Pulitzer Surprise. So that was okay. That was a good bar. I just found out ski mask was for skiing. Either way, I'm sliding. That's to finish off the round. I thought that was a cool bar. So overall, lots of wordplay, but not as many haymakers. I don't think not as many haymakers certainly as Chilla Jones had in the first round. I thought Chilla started off slow, but I thought his best bars were he had a lot more haymakers at least than Geechi did. Um, he did start off with some really good rapping too that I really like. A lot of really good multi-syllable rhyming in the end, right? He had the whole parts in the faith, hypochondriac ways, copycat phase, Bay Area where the Charlie tracks lay. But that was fire. He did the whole psych word scheme in there. That was, it was a pretty good scheme. I mean, I've heard people use the whole, psych word, and the straight jacket bars against Geechi before. But I like the way he did. Um, he did sizing a coffee grande, last name rising Andre, cooking with round flambe, about to go off the top like gin. And when I Bombay, I thought that was a haymaker. That was crazy, and I thought at that point, Chill Jones really turned up. Right after that, he did what Chill Jones does so well, which is turn a punchline into a skit. He did the really fire punch, which was pull the plug and through the wire like Kanye, but that was fire. And he turned it into a Kanye West song scheme, right? Which was like a dozen Kanye West songs, all of them really dense, 2 or 3 per bar. Um, you know, Chill Jones is scheme master, right? I thought it was even better. I liked it better than the Chris Brown scheme he did against Twerk. Um, so he did a punch into a fire scheme, um, and he finished off with a couple of haymakers as well. He did the lift his spirit for nothing. It was complimentary. Um, Beat him to the meter full, tell Ram that's a flawless victory, and then not so jumping off the roof bar to finish the round. Um, Overall, I had Again, some people say it's close, it's debatable. I think I had Chili Jones by a couple points in that one. Wasn't Again, it was close but not debatable, if that makes sense. So I had Chili Jones round one. Second round, Geechi was mean in the second round. Geechi was really mean and really angry towards Chili Jones. Um, he was just talking down to him the entire round, man. You know how he, even though Chili Jones was around longer than Geechi was, this battle was a look for him, look for Geechi. How he told Chilla that if we didn't have battle rap, you would have nothing else. You would kill yourself. He said that Chilla lost the chain on purpose, even though King of the Dot was better for him than URL was, and he only came down here just to battle on the app. Um, Geechi told Chilla that he's getting paid more than him, that Chilla still has a job, he doesn't have to do that. If you have such a good pen, why didn't you sign a better contract? You look like Michael Bivens. I don't know why that was included in there, but it felt mean. It felt angry. The only problem with Geechi's round, how angry he was, the wordplay in the round was either absent, like he just did no wordplay at all. It was really basic. I mean, he did like a Celtics, Celtics punchline in 2020. He did like a Cleveland Jenna bar in 2020. Like they're just not acceptable. I don't think at this point. Um, he also did an angle about how Chili Jones had to do gun bars just to get accepted. You would shoot somebody if you have to. I shoot somebody because I want to. Uh, none of them makes much of a difference in the end of the day. You shooting somebody's getting shot. Don't really know, if somebody getting shot, they care why they got shot. But kind of a dope angle, I guess. Either way, like I said, I think I love the substance in the round. I love the anger and delivery. Just the wordplay was missing to take that round to like a 10. I think this round was like a 7 or an 8 with better wordplay and better bars. It could have been a 10. Chilla's round, this was definitely his lightest round of the whole battle. Um, Not as much, there's not as much many haymakers as he did before. Um, he had the behind the trunk to inside one. Again, doing here any more tree bars, any more branch bars, any more trunk bars versus Chilla. That's versus Geechi. It's played out at this point. He did a Bayside, Saved by the Bell Bayside bar, which I think we've heard before. Bugatti bar, which we definitely heard before. He did have a fire bar with toy next to another Cracker Jacks. Thought that was crazy. He did a whole uh, whoever said he's on my tiramisu. He's sweet like tiramisu. Don't want to tiramisu. Thought that was really good wordplay. Filling himself in the ring like gold dust. I like that. Wrestling boards never get old. He did the Tampa Bay scheme, which was really dope. Now she's down his burner account. That was fire. The little shot at B dot, crew up in the hospital. It was cool. Oh, blood at the hospital was cold blue. Thought that was fire. Um, he had the bad Barbie angle about Geechi liking the pick of bad Barbie. If you're gonna do that round, if you're gonna double tap somebody, you gotta double tap somebody. You gotta do it with force. I don't know how you tap with force, but you have to do that. This was like a double gentle touch. Uh, the whole angle kind of didn't work. I don't think it wasn't delivered the right. Uh, did finish off with a Born and Mark Die Mark for your namesake, which I liked. I thought that was a fire bar. I think overall it's a preference round. If you prefer angles and to talk to him round, you give it to Geechi. If you prefer wordplay, you give it to Chilla. I personally I preferred Geechi's round, but again, I think it can go either way. Um, on like URL app, point wise, I pretty much had him with the same amount of points. Third round, I thought it was very clear. It's only tough to judge only because Geechi's round wasn't even a battle round. Not really, right? It was more of a Black Lives Matter round, which isn't important to do at the moment, but it was short and he didn't say anything about Chilla Jones at all. He didn't have any battle bars either, and the whole round was so short. Meanwhile, Chilla Jones maybe had, probably, I mean, he had one of his best rounds, I think I would say, of his career. Definitely the best round of the battle in his third. So I think this was clearly a Chilla Jones round, and I gave the belt to Chilla Jones 2-1. But, let me see. So Geechi's, I appreciated his round. I know the bell was in his hometown, his home state at least, and I think he had to say something. And again, I really appreciated it. I like listening to the round, but at the same time, I don't think it's fair to say, "Oh, you can't judge this round," or it's we're not going to count this round. I think it's not fair to Chilla Jones because Chilla kind of snapped in this round. Um, he did the ankle against Geechi, basically saying that you kind of got lucky to get to this spot. You got lucky being top tier because your battles weren't blocked, because you started off all you had was your build of ability, but eventually you got better, but leagues let you get better. Meanwhile, somebody like me, I've been had to work a lot harder to get to the same place. It's almost like a nice rebuttal for round two, but with much better wordplay. Um, Let me see some of these bars. Um, yeah, the a lot of Mark wordplay. Apparently, Geechi's name is Mark, so did a bookmark. Let's get on the same page. And the now cryptocurrency, body mark out of nowhere like a stigmata. You claim the seas. Bars only land on one side. The whole family of birds like Ozarks. So just fire, just all really good bars, all possible haymakers. He said one of my favorite Chilla Jones quotes, which was "What you know about being so obsessed with perfect games, you get depressed over no hitters." So that was crazy. Um, there was a big revelation. Chilla Jones said that he wrote for battle rappers, for both battle rappers on URL Classic. I don't know who he's referring to. Let me know in the comments. Who do you think he's talking about in that one? But that was crazy, and obviously got the whole battle rap community speculating and talking. Um, Finished off with let's say you back on URL, my bars ain't never left. So again, I think this is very clearly a Chilla Jones round. I have Chilla taking the battle first and third. You can argue it's a 3-0. Definitely not a body. Definitely not like not even a clear 30. I think Geechi did well, but I thought Chilla again. I think the first round was close but not debatable. I think he got that one. I think he got the third clear, and I think the second comes down to preference. I gave it to Chilla 2-1. Uh, Again, shout out to both of them. Shout out to Geechi. Shout out to Chilla. I think they're both having great years. I think they're both still in the running for Champion of the Year. Geechi, battling like 10 times, still not having any really bad losses. Even though you can argue he has a few of them. Chilla Jones just completing an amazing run, battling Ron Neely, although that was in the end of last year, and then Twerk and Geechi this year, arguably undefeated on that in those three battles, which is very impressive. So I'm interested to see what brings next to them. Uh, Comment below. Let me know who you think you want to see them battle next. Let me know what you think of the battle. Let me know what you think of the channel. Let me know how I sound. I am admittedly a little bit drunk, a little. I've had some tequila and Kahlua. It was disgusting. Not a good drink. Do not recommend it. Anyway, have a good day.